Good afternoon, Gulf Coast. I'm AtmosCenter Meteorologist Patrick Fitzgerald for your latest tropical weather update. Tropical Depression 2 is active this afternoon and is situated off the western Florida coast, stationary at this time, but is still a tropical depression with maximum sustained winds of 30 miles per hour, as well as a pressure of 1010 millibars. And you can see the very broad nature of the system currently based off of the infrared satellite. Tropical Depression 2 is forecasted to continue to move to the north-northwest over the next few days before a gradual turn to the west is anticipated by the time we get to midweek next week. Now, there is going to be strengthening possible with this system over the next few days. There is a little bit of an uncertainty with this intensity guidance given the fact that this is such a broad system and this will be having some nearby land influence. So I have to keep an eye out to see how strong this actually gets depending on how far south or how far north this actually goes. But the general consensus is that this will be remaining south of our coastlines and will still strengthen by the time we get to next week, and this will be receiving the name Bertha when it does indeed become a tropical storm. Tropical weather alerts are out right now for our northwestern Florida coast, specifically in the form of a tropical storm watch from Pensacola Beach all the way towards the Okaloosa County line. Tropical alerts are also out for our offshore areas, where a tropical storm warning is out for offshore areas of the Big Bend of Florida. And a tropical storm watch, once again, does mean that tropical storm force conditions are possible over the next 48 hours. The general consensus amongst the spaghetti model plots and our ensemble guidance is that this will continue to move south of our area over the next several days, but will meander the Louisiana coast and potentially even move inland over the southeastern Louisiana coast by the time we get to the latter half of next week, closer to Thursday. But the general trend is that this will remain south of the Alabama-Florida coast, although impacts will still be possible in terms of gusty winds as well as increased heavy rainfall from the outer rain bands, as well as rough surf and increased rip current risk, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. In terms of specifics, as we look at our weather maker and our future view here are played out later tonight, 8 p.m. You can see that spin there with this tropical system, and as it continues to meander to the north-northwest and becomes a little bit more larger, thanks in part to some little bit increased wind shear here. You can see it's not the best organized system, but you can definitely see it's a very large system which will send all of its outer rain bands to these areas, which means that spotty showers and maybe even a stray thunderstorm or two will be possible throughout the day tomorrow on Monday. By the time we get to Tuesday, as this does near our offshore coast a little bit closer there by Tuesday, you can see that the chance for spotty showers and thunderstorms will continue throughout the day on Tuesday, but you can see that this system is going to have to be battling with some wind shear. It does have some warm waters to work with as well, which is why the National Hurricane Center does forecast strengthening, but we'll have to see what the land influence as well as the wind shear actually does to the system. It's not going to become a strong, very strong tropical system or a hurricane, but this will definitely have the chance to strengthen over the next few days. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Now, in terms of rainfall projections, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches is a good baseline for now for our Alabama and Florida coastlines. Isolated areas of 2 to 3 inches are possible. However, the bulk of the more significant rainfall is going to be for areas east of I-65 into the Big Bend region of Florida, as well as in the future tense, any areas west of I-10 and the I-59 corridor going into Louisiana. Now, specifically to break down the definitions of tropical weather alerts here, a tropical storm watch means that a specific tropical storm hazard is possible within the next 48 hours. You want to make sure that you have a safety plan in place to prepare for these hazards. And now a tropical storm warning means that a specific tropical storm hazard is likely within the next 36 hours. You want to make sure that you activate your safety plan to stay safe. You also want to make sure that you have devices fully charged, like cell phones as well as other electronic devices, and you want to make sure that you have multiple ways to get weather alerts even if power is lost, like a hand cranked operated or battery powered radio. A weather radio will be your best friend in this situation, as you'll continue to receive life-saving up-to-date weather information from your local National Weather Service. Now, to sum all things up, we are going to be expecting increased rainfall risk through Tuesday across portions of our Gulf Coast. Rough surf is likely. We're also going to have an elevated rip current risk as well for our beaches, especially as the system does near our offshore waters, and gusty winds are indeed possible near the coastlines of Alabama and Florida over the next few days. For our 7-day forecast, expect highs to continue in the mid to even near upper 90s. Elevated rainfall chances will be possible with the passage of Tropical Depression 2, and as the system does near or move out of our area, we will be looking towards Saturday for our next weather maker with a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms.